Good morning. Our first issue is Cyclone Yas. Cyclone Yas, which is formed over Bay of Bengal, it has reached the coast of Odisha and West Bengal. These two states, they are already evacuating lakhs of people to the cyclone shelters based on the early warning of IMD. There is a national program in India called National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Program or Project, which is partially funded by World Bank and then other part by central government and the respective state governments, coastal governments. Under this program, cyclone shelters are already built in Odisha and few parts of AP. But in other states, there is an urgent necessity to expand the infrastructure for cyclone evacuation and cyclone rehabilitation. There are certain goals, disaster goals, which are called Sendai goals. These goals need urgent implementation because cyclone evacuation, reduction of deaths due to cyclone is happening, but then the economic losses, environmental losses due to cyclones, they are increasing over the years. That's why following the Sendai goals is an urgent necessity. Next issue is Twitter's manipulated media tag. The government has ordered Twitter, a private microblogging company, to remove this manipulated media tag to some of its leaders, some of the leaders from the ruling party and some of the elected leaders. State can regulate the private entities, but this kind of outright censorship is not there under IT Act, is not there under any guidelines. Because a private entity, it works based on certain guidelines it frames. It applies it to everyone. If we remember, it has applied it to ex-president of USA. So instead of asking it to remove the Twitter and the tweets of these individuals needs to be more sensitive. Next is formation of government in Puducherry. Under Article 239A, Constitution allows the union territories to have state legislatures and the elected governments. As of now, Delhi and Puducherry, they have the elected governments, and Jammu and Kashmir, which is bifurcated, Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory also has the provision for elected governments. In the recent elections, there's no clear majority to any party. Out of overall 30 seats, no party got more than 10 seats. So they have to form the coalition government. After the elections, Lieutenant Governor has nominated 3 members to the Union Legislature. After that also no party got the majority. And there is delay over the seat sharing, who should get what ministries. In that there are delays. Pro tem speaker has been appointed, but the legislature has not met, saying that COVID regulations are there. If there is no elected government during this particular period of crisis, it is going to harm the people. So it's in the public welfare, it's in the welfare of the people, the government should be formed as early as possible. Next issue is USA's exit from Afghanistan. In 2001, after 9/11 attacks, USA has launched Operation Enduring Freedom. Under this mission, USA said that Afghanistan has become a safe sanctuary to Al Qaeda, who are responsible for these 9/11 attacks and other attacks. So that's how it invaded Afghanistan. It came to the war. In 2004, under the supervision of USA, there were elections and democratic government was formed. But that government has limited role because few parts are under control of Taliban. Now, after these many years, USA is planning to exit. Last year, there's an agreement called Doha Agreement between Taliban and USA. But now also, even after 1 year of this agreement, there's no peace process. Some of the stakeholders they met, Talibans and the government they met, but then recently also violent incidents, suicide bombings, they are erupted in this particular country. If USA exits in September, what would happen after that? Will Afghanistan go into the civil war again? What will happen? Is USA abdicating its responsibility? These are all the questions that we have. Next issue is vaccine policy of India. Traditionally, the vaccine policy is like this: center procures, state government administers under universal immunization program and other programs. This is the traditional thing. Now, the recent policy says that center procures it separately, states can procure them separately at whatever prices, whatever market prices are. This can lead to unequal prices, unequal competition among the states. This can lead to violation of this right of health or right to health under Article 21, right to life and liberty. USA, which is said to be one of the market economies, it has provided the vaccines through this universal free immunization. In this context, India, we say we are a welfare country, welfare state. In this context, isn't it the responsibility of the government to provide free immunization to all? Yes. Next is need for changes in POCSO Act, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. Under UN Convention of Child Rights, this act has been enacted in 2012. Now, two amendments are proposed in an article which says that historical cases needs to be considered. As of now, whatever cases that are happening now after the enactment of act, these are only considered, not the historical acts. Historical acts means, let's say a child has been abused, let's say 10 years back. Now, for the child to understand the gravity of the situation, it might take time. But this particular act doesn't accept such cases. Now, this article proposes to consider the historical cases and add new cases which are not covered under this particular act. There are certain judgments in the recent years by the Bombay High Court, etc., which said that if there is no skin-to-skin contact, it is not considered as a sexual offense. Such kind of things should be avoided. For that, new kinds of regulations needs to be added by the ministry. Next issue is land regulation in Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep is a union territory under Article 239. Administrator can issue the regulations. Recently, the administrator of Lakshadweep issued regulations for land development. As there is no legislature, administrator is the one who has the power. Local realities needs to be kept in mind before issuing such regulations. Next issue is Belarus airspace issue. Belarus is a Eastern European country. It has forced an aeroplane to land in its territory to arrest a journalist. European countries and others criticize this as a state piracy, and Belarus is part of European Union's Eastern Partnership. Now they are thinking of sanctions because this is violation of the rights of the countries. Next issue is GST Council meet. GST Council has been constituted under the Article 279A under this Constitutional Amendment Act, 101 Constitutional Amendment Act. GST Council is headed by Union Finance Minister. It decides on the COVID rates of various goods and services under GST regime. Now there are two issues to be discussed. One is GST on COVID essentials. It needs to be reduced. Two, GST compensation to the states. There is a delay in providing GST compensation. These are the two issues to be discussed. All the very best. Thank you very much.